Hi, I'm Eric Johnson here at Vanderbilt's Owen Graduate School of Management, and I'm here with Ed Alston. Ed is from our first graduating class in 1971, joining the Vanderbilt Graduate School of Management in 1969. And it's so great to have you back on campus today, Ed.
Well, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here, Eric, and I'm looking forward to having an exciting and productive little time that I'm here. And after 45 years, it's amazing as to what has changed in the city of Nashville and obviously here at the school.
Well, tell me, what was it like to be here in 1971?
Very interesting. That's one way to put it. I guess we were conducting classes over in the funeral home, mortuary, whichever one. And I had come over to the campus because of finance. I was teaching ROTC over at Tennessee State, and I wanted to take some courses in finance. And I came over and I met this guy that was teaching, James Davis, and we sat and he was trying to find out what my life's objectives were. And then he mentioned during the conversation that they were going to start up a new graduate school. So he said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Well, I would be interested, but I'm still in the military." And so we continued the conversation, and he said, "Well, what if we worked out to where during the first year you could maybe still teach at Tennessee State and come over to Vanderbilt?" I said, "That sounds pretty good. Let me run some things through my head." So eventually it did happen. So we worked out to where I could still teach at Tennessee State and come over and take the classes here at the, quote, funeral home. And that started the whole thing off. And during the year, it was interesting in bringing in the different professors, building the faculty, the recruitment of the other students. And I guess my big contribution was that I was a military guy, African American or black, and had a strong interest in finance. My attractiveness to the school was the fact that Vanderbilt has a very prestigious name. They were going to give me this flexibility of being able to do things during the first year. And so I eventually, during that first year, put in my resignation from the Air Force, and I was a top-ranked officer going up, Bronze Star, et cetera, had a good career ahead, and so I ended up being here in the first class.
That's great. Well, tell me a lesson you learned at, well, it wasn't even Owen School then, it was the Graduate School of Management,
GSM.
A lesson you learned that helped you in your career.
I think the big thing was the contribution that Igor Ansoff made. He was the dean at the time, and his expertise was in strategic planning. And strategic planning, I think, has been a big contributor to my success from the standpoint of not only does it work well in corporate America or business and in the rest of the world, but in your personal life to be able to do strategic planning and understanding what I call the SWOT, the SWOT, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and then your threats. And that has carried me for a long time. The other thing that I think happened in those early years is that I brought a lot to the school because I had been a part of the military for 10 years, and when they talk about organizational structure and behavioral aspects in a major organization, the military leads in organizational structure. All of our corporate organizations emulate the military structure. So I brought that. I was already teaching, so I had been trained a lot by the military to teach. And so a lot of the contributions that were necessary to figure out, well, hell, what are we going to teach these students, and how do we teach it? My contribution was that the military is one of the best teachers in the world. They take people that can't survive anywhere else and teach them how to maintain aircraft, how to fly aircraft, all of that. So that was, I think, some of what I brought. And of course, being a minority, it helped bring to light some of the differences that are necessary for a manager to manage a diverse type of environment. So,
well, with your successful career in the military, and then after Vanderbilt, you spent a long career in finance and had lots of different experiences and learned a lot of leadership lessons along the way from the military and then throughout your career. Could you share one thing you've learned about leadership?
Different types of leaders. I think as I assess and work with a lot of people and know a lot of people that are very successful leaders, you have to recognize there are a lot of different leaders. There are some people that are just natural born leaders. I mean, the school can't really help them. They have what it takes, and it's just part of their character. Then there are what you call positional leaders, where they have been assigned a job and they are assigned a position and they have to lead because that's the position that they're in. And then there are leaders that lead based, I think, on expertise. In certain situations, there's a level of expertise and capability and knowledge that's required, and that person is the best person to lead. Now, if you're going to be a real leader, you have to understand all of those different variables, because in some situations, you don't want to try to be the leader because somebody in your organization knows more about that subject than you do, and you want to facilitate them being the leader at that time, all right? Even though you know, in the end result, you're the one that's responsible. So that's one thing I learned. Again, I think that one thing that has carried me well is my understanding of money, and that's part of why I'm here to kind of talk to some of the students about money, because no matter what you're leading, what you're doing, what you're about from a personal standpoint, money and the understanding of money is going to be extremely important.
That's great. Well, we're so excited to have you here today. The students are really looking forward to it. We've planned a big schedule for you, and thanks for coming back to Vanderbilt.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to all that is going to happen while I'm here.